Outroduction. Unfortunately, there are negative thinking people all over this planet. They will view this video, and with their narrow-mindedness and negative energy, they will leave hateful comments and will dislike this video in order to infect me with some of their negative energy in hopes that they will ruin my day and piss me off. I care nothing about that. If you believe, you believe. If you don't, you don't. It's that simple. Most people will never believe any knowledge you try to give them if they don't grow up learning about it, no matter how much video proof is shoved down their throats. Like they say, you can't teach your old dog new tricks, and I can't educate a person's mind with only a few minutes when that person has been brainwashed and deceived for their entire life. Yeah, it began with society trying to get you to believe in Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, and Tooth Fairy. Then they started having you to celebrate the slaughter and near extinction of the Native American people by calling it Thanksgiving and making it a holiday celebration. Then these big corporations invented Santa Claus in order to rob you of your hard-earned money that you worked and slaved long hours all year for. Listen, you're being brainwashed with audio and visual devices such as music, movies, TV shows, commercials, and video games. You are a victim of a subliminal brainwashing. Let me say it again. You are a victim of subliminal brainwashing by a very old hologram such as the television and movie screen. Remember those old movie projectors? They're like primitive holograms. You are being subliminally brainwashed. That's the reason people act a certain way and the reason people think a certain way and have lived a certain way their entire life. And I can't change that way of life or the way of thinking. That way of thinking. I don't want to try anymore either. This video is made for those of you out there that may be experiencing these visions, dreams. And if you're a bit confused, hopefully this will, make things not so confusing. Some people will turn to their pastors, church, mosque, synagogue, looking for answers. They may not find the answers that they're looking for in their religion because society has hidden the truth, the real truth, and hasn't taught them. So how can they teach you and prepare you? They can't. Listen, the Illuminati have tons of supplies and luxuries up in their space station and down inside of their underground bunkers on this planet. Almost every month or so, they are launching more supplies to their so-called safe haven. That is where they plan to escape when God, the Supreme Being, comes down from the clouds in a spacecraft and applies the wrath on the deceivers of this planet's inhabitants. Humans are cloning animals, and they have cloned human beings too. They have made artificial intelligence with robots and smart computers. Humans have done amazing things with stem cell research, so please believe me when I say the supreme beings that I videotaped in the spacecraft have created other forms of life too. One of those life forms happen to be human beings. But your government feeds you the lie of evolution and hides the real truth from you to keep you as ignorant working slaves until you reach the age of 65 or 70 when they have no further use for you. Only then will they allow you to retire, and that's only if you make it to that age. Society teaches you that time is money and money is time, and you believe it. So money becomes your God and you will do anything to get money and keep money. We have become selfish with a lack of compassion for our fellow human beings. They divide you by race, gender, religion, political affiliation, economical status, and social status. That division is to distract you from what's really going on. Civil rights? What's that? Well, that's the question your kids and grandkids will be asking in the future. With so many restrictions and that ever-seeing eye of surveillance cameras everywhere, they're allowed to detain and search any citizen at any time in some places. Today it's mostly the poor, lower-income minorities. But if the protest and public outcry isn't too loud and harsh, they will unleash it on the public routinely and indiscriminately. Actually, it's already happening. It just isn't at a emergency type of level yet. The hippies tried to warn the public back in the 60s and 70s. They protested and demonstrated much like the Occupy Wall Street protesters, and the public was beginning to listen. When they spoke about corporations, they spoke about how corporations were taking over and how the citizens were slowly losing their rights. That was in the 60s. They warned this generation, or tried to. But the Illuminati and government officials attacked their image and publicly profiled them as drug addicts and weed smokers who were sexually promiscuous. I think the term was, or the phrase was, sex-crazed drug addicts. That's how they were stereotyped. They were stereotyped in movies, television shows, as a way to brainwash the public toward government thinking. They also used video footage of Woodstock, the Woodstock Festival, to show the world that these protesters are lazy junkies and freeloaders. And if a few of them had their heads busted, they must have deserved it. And the majority of the public believed the lies because they were secretly being brainwashed. True, the Illuminati was using the television again. They produced movies and TV shows portraying the police as nice and good guys. You know, they had shows like Barney Miller, One Adam 12, and Chips, just to name a few. They wanted the public to be sympathetic to the duties of a police officer and show them as regular of people, you know, like your fathers, mothers, sisters, and brothers. And since the law was on their side, the hippies lost that fight. Now, over 50 years later, we have the Occupy Wall Street protesters and the Professional Hackers Anonymous. I give a shout out to them because I appreciate what they did for every user on YouTube. You need to really check that out. Thanks, Anonymous. But anyway, they're trying to warn the public. They're trying to warn the public, the people, and put the spotlight on a problem that is increasingly becoming out of control. These big corporations and bankers have brought the law. They own everything. It was game over when the Supreme Court ruled that corporations are people. That tells you something. The Illuminati has the population so divided that it is almost impossible for the majority to wake up and come together as one voice. The public didn't choose Obama, and they didn't choose Mitt Romney. Politicians and government officials picked the candidates. You just chose which one. That division is to distract you from what's really going on. You're told to trust and respect the law and authority figures regardless of what you witnessed or overheard. They don't want you asking questions. Nope, don't ask questions. They want you to think, talk, and act just like everyone else. And anyone that questions the lies and sees the truth, they are ridiculed and labeled as crazy. Others are wrongfully incarcerated while others are murdered or assassinated. Some people have been deceived and brainwashed into thinking that the beings in the spacecraft are demonic beings. Listen. Human beings are the true demonic beings. You are hybrids like myself, but you are half human and half beast. I say that because you don't have teeth like tigers or alligators, but you still eat meat. You lie, cheat, steal, deceive, and use war to settle differences. You hate because the color of the skin or region where another was born. You hate and kill over a religion or kill over a piece of land. You rob and kill over material possessions and fight over political affiliation and sports teams. You lynch at each other and go on shooting sprees killing innocent life. You starve a people into famine, war, and genocide. You sell one another into slavery. You sell sex and narcotics to other human beings. You have a very unjust court system that will kill you in order to punish you for killing or being accused of killing. Now, all those actions are the actions of demonic beings. What type of demonic actions have you witnessed from these beings in the spacecraft? But some of you are so brainwashed and think that the supreme beings in the spacecraft are demonic. No proof whatsoever. They can always see past the demonic behavior from other humans, but when there's almost zero negative behavior from the non-human life forms, those same people are accusing the non-humans of being demonic. Reminds me of those witch hunts that took place a long time ago. Most humans have lost their compassion for their fellow human beings, and this displeases God. Very few humans are truly concerned about other humans on this planet, and if they are concerned, it's only because they benefit off of you in some sort of way. It's pretty much every man for himself on this planet. Now, I'm only speaking on the majority of the people here. There are some very, very, very good and positive human beings that dwell here, and if they listen to this video, not heard, not watched, but if they listen to this video, they will know that God is coming for them. I want to thank you all for viewing this video, and remember, live in a positive state of mind and environment, always. God bless you all. Peace.